Okay, you'll need your composition book for notes and a pen or a pencil. So one of the things we're going to talk about today is combining like terms. And combining like terms is when you put like things together, like apples and apples and oranges and oranges. So the definition of a term is an expression. Terms in an expression are separated by a plus or minus sign. In this problem, the like terms can be grouped together because they have the same variable raised to the same power. X's go with X's, Y's go with Y's, there's no other Y here, whole numbers go with whole numbers. So in this particular problem, the 7x and the 2x are like terms in this problem. So when you add like terms or you combine them, the only thing you do is add the numbers in front, or if it's a multiplication, you multiply the numbers in front, and then the variable stays the same. So 7x plus 2x, think of it as 7 xylophones plus 2 more xylophones. How many xylophones would you have? You'd have 9 xylophones, but you got to put the rest of the problem in there. So it'd be 9x minus 3y plus 5. So that would be your final answer for this problem. So let's take a look at a couple. In this problem, what would my like terms be? My x. So if I added my x's together, since this x doesn't have anything in front of it, what does that mean we have? We have one of those. So what's 3x plus x? 4x. Put the leftover, 4x plus 2. All right, what would my like terms be in this problem? The 5 and the 4. Combine those together, you would get 5y plus 9. This one's a little tricky. What are my like terms? My y squareds go together and my y's go together. Think of them like this. A two-headed monster goes with two-headed monsters, but one-headed monsters only go with one-headed monsters. So when I combine my y squareds, I get 3y squared plus 1 more y squared, because that means there's 1 there, to give me 4y squared, and then 4y plus 1 more y is 5y. So that would be your final answer. Two heads with two heads, one head with one. Terms are always written in new alphabetic order. That's a word that I made up. So if that's not spelled rightly, then that's just my spelling. So numbers come, then letters in alphabetic order, and then whole numbers come after that. Okay, so let's write an expression simplified for the perimeter of this figure. Hit pause and work that out. Okay. So the perimeter would be adding up all the sides. 5x plus x plus 2 plus x plus 2 plus 3x. Combine like terms of my x's, I would get a final answer of 10x plus 4. How'd you do? Excellent. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is the distributive property. The distributive property states that if you have something that looks like this, with a number on the outside and another number on the inside, two numbers on the inside actually, being separated by a plus or a minus sign, it's the same thing as doing AB plus AC. You should pause and write that down. So let's look at it with numbers. Let's say I had 2 times 2y plus 3. Remember, when you multiply them, you only multiply the two numbers together. What's 2 times 2y? 4y. Plus, what's 2 times 3? 6. So my answer is 4y plus 6. Remember that you take that number and multiply it by both things on the inside. So let's take a look at a couple. Hit pause and work that one out. Okay, you should have gotten 2 times x is 2x plus 2 times 3 is 6. Try this one. Okay, 12 times x is 12x. 12 times 4 is 48. Now this one's a little tricky. It's got distributive property and combining like terms. You always want to distribute first. So 4 times 2x would be 8x plus 4 times 5 would be 20. And then the 6x just drops down. Now we need to combine like terms. 8x and 6x would be 14x, and then the 20 comes down. So there's your answer.